Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome. And welcome back, KS family. The US market in the last session did really well, real estate being the standout and all sectors up 1.28%. You can see how the variety of different sectors performed here in the US market. Real estate undoubtedly was the standout. We know the price always moves in a wave, and we could see that the world was pretty green yesterday. The probability of a 25 basis point increase in the federal funds rate at the next FOMC meeting on the 1st of Feb remains unchanged. And we can see price moving in a wave in the crypto market. So let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 2.27% to 17,829. Ethereum is up 3.04% to 1377. The top movers in the top 100 for the past 24 hours, AVAX up in front, NIA, MENA, XRP, eCash, Phantom, Matic followed by DOT. The greatest losers in the top 100, BSV, USDN, LDO, Aptos, Zilliqa, SHIB, Filecoin, and Ethereum Proof of Work. Looking at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and we haven't looked at this for quite a while, but we can see optimism is starting to return to the crypto market with a reading of 26. In TM15 and TM16 inside the Masterclass, we talk about stablecoins, how they're not really stable. And this is the live chart that I share inside TM15. One thing that concerns me with this current rally, it doesn't seem to be backed up by interest coming into the market. What we generally see is a big spike in stablecoins as the markets start to turn around, especially when the markets have been a little bit suppressed, as the markets have been suppressed currently. This is just something I wanted to push across your radar. Actually, what we're seeing in markets is, we've seen it plenty of times before, just before major releases, before the Fed, before CPI data, the market tends to rally. And the CPI is coming out later today. Most proponents out there, most institutions believe that the CPI will actually start to decrease. But the question is, what if they're wrong? What would happen to the markets then? These periods can be very volatile. It's good to cast your mind back to the 12th of December last year. There was a big spike in the markets just before the CPI data was released. Zooming in on the Nasdaq on the 12th of December, you can see the following day did rally, but then we witnessed a couple of weeks worth of negative price momentum, and we can see that was very similar in Bitcoin as well. So just bear this in mind. Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TM6. When it comes to buying into a rally, I just want to show you a couple of things just to bear in mind. This is the 12th, of course, of December, and we saw a rally up, a rejection, and then it came down. What about if you bought this rally? Because a lot of people would be feeling very, very confident and very certain. But what happened next? Price came down. If you bought into this rally, it wouldn't be too bad, but you can see price was moving around for a while. So when you actually consider on getting into a rally, always think about just buying at levels lower as you do so. Generally, it's a very, very safe way to go, and we cover that extensively inside the Masterclass. We can see from the main markets in the last trading session, the VIX, the fear gauge of the market, did come up just a little bit as the markets rallied. The Nasdaq came up. Bond prices and bond yields are still pretty much in the same trend that they were before. Gold is starting to find very steep selling resistance, and the dollar is starting to bottom out. We can see that Brent oil is coming up, and also junk bonds are just going for it, which indicates there's a lot of risk-on appetite inside the markets. If we look at junk bonds back around the 12th of December, we can see that for the next day or so, they came up and then they fell off a cliff. And junk bonds and the market's direction usually follow one another. So this is something to triangulate, to stack your probabilities. When looking at the CTKS Method Standards Certification process through the lens of ODMS, or Objective Dynamic Market Structure, we can see that there's a couple of zones that the main market, the crypto market, will encounter. If we get through this particular zone, we don't have resistance up here. It's up higher. It's also not here because we don't look at recent indicative price, because what happens when we do, we just create stories. But what do I mean by that? Recent indicative price just is used by financial analysts when they look at a very short time period and they say, effectively, this particular thing that I've been looking at, it's been trading for about a week now. Even if it's been trading for years or decades or even more than 100 years, they'll just say, no, don't worry about that. It's only been going for, say, 1 month. This is clearly not the best thing to do, because what that creates is SBA, or story-based analysis. Story-based analysis is like people being blindfolded, looking at an elephant, looking at different parts, and saying, oh, well, the tail, oh, okay, this is, I don't know what this is, but it's a tail thing. And a person looks at the feet and says, oh, this is pretty hard. And then somebody rubs the tummy and says, oh, okay, this is something else. It's not a tail and it's not a foot. And then someone plays around with the ear. Well, that's not like a stomach, not like a foot, not like a tail. Each particular person will have their own dimension in terms of what they're looking at. And when you look at the tusks, something different. Again, this is a very, very famous story. Actually, what we want to do is to just say, it's an elephant, and look at its surroundings. What a magnificent creature. When people look at recent indicative price action, they'll say, oh, there's a resistance here. Structurally, there's no resistance there. Oh, they'll say there's resistance here, and they'll draw all sorts of lines up here and say, oh, the resistance is there, we've got to be careful. Actually, the resistance is here and it's down here. It's in a completely different place because we look at all of price history when we mark up our charts through the CTKS method. We're deeply into knowing what smart money knows. We don't care about what retail knows, because retail generally is on the wrong side of the trade and on the wrong side of the percentage. We need to look at the market with different eyes, take the blindfolds off, and just see the elephant in its full glory. Even though the crypto market is kind of rallying at the moment, just be aware of what is happening with these stable coins. One thing that we know very, very well, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. What is Bitcoin doing right now? It's going for it, up 7.88% over this particular period of time. So what is Ethereum up? It's up 11.22%. Tether is a stable coin. We can see BNB up 11%, just around the same as Ethereum. USDC is a stable coin. You might remember that it was Tether, USDC, BNB, and then XRP. These two have swap positions. BNB is making a comeback. XRP is also going up in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. And something interesting you see here, it moved first. That's a really, really interesting dynamic to keep, again, on your radar. BUSD is a stable coin, and as ADA rallied so heavily, it's just been digesting, but it can't resist Bitcoin's gravity. It's going up too. Knowing that the alts actually move in tandem, in directional correlation with Bitcoin, is a very, very profitable piece of information to know. And when we look at the next 8, we can see Doge just starting to go for it. Matic is already well on its way. What about Solana? Solana, a little bit like ADA. ADA and Solana took off early. We can see that Litecoin is just starting to take off. And look at DOT. It's just going for it. And well done to everybody who said The weak become strong and the strong become weak. You're legendary. DAI is a stable coin. Tron starting to take off in directional alignment with Bitcoin, and SHIB also going for it. As we tend to go outside the top 16, the volatility tends to increase as well. And we can see AVAX just taking off literally like a rocket, up 37.26% over that same period that Bitcoin was up roughly 7.7%. So well done AVAX. Uni starting to take off. Atom well and truly taking off. Link starting to. Stellar just getting going, just making up its mind if it will take off, as is Ape. And you can see LDO really took off recently, and you've got to be a little bit careful of these big spikes because they can come down hard. Sharp angles tend to do something. Please let me know in the comments. And when we look at NEAR is definitely going far. As a trader or investor, and we know same operation, buying and selling, just different time frames and different mindsets. You actually don't need certainty, you need a strategy to profit from uncertainty. That is why we do our daily three-dimensional risk management CTKS code each day. Because we know we control the trade or investment, the market controls the return, and the market controls the return based on your active learning, your knowledge plus your courage. If you get angry at the market and seek to penalize the market through blame or gambling, revenge trading or revenge investing, you're likely to lose money. Because what's actually happening is a synchronization issue. When you're angry or you're full of blame and things don't go our way all the time in the market. It's just like in life. Things don't go our way all the time in life either. The key is to get resynchronized, just to find your center and to balance yourself out. If you trade or invest when you're emotional, you're already going down the wrong path. The key is to trade or invest with knowledge, not emotion. When people first get into financial investment trading, basically people go into zone 1 and zone 2, the panic zone, the entitlement zone. Because you turn up, you're not guaranteed a return, but many people will say that you are, but you actually get a return based on your knowledge and your emotional control. Zone 2 is where people graduate, if you like, from the panic zone into the blame zone. Still a pretty nasty zone to live in. That's where bad habits such as conflict and jealousy can reign. Nothing good comes from conflict. In fact, conflict is always disempowering. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, we get empowered because we give up certainty as a way to do things because it just doesn't exist. You ask anybody who's been in financial markets for more than a decade, more than 2 decades, more than 3 decades, more than 4 decades. They just have a strategy to deal with uncertainty, and that relies on their knowledge. A lot of winning in the market and a lot of winning in life is about your habits. We spoke yesterday about your future is created one habit at a time. That habit can be positive, Zone 3 or Zone 4. That habit can be negative, Zone 1 or Zone 2. It's completely up to you. You have full control over your habits. The only problem is you just have to be able to detect them. They're pesky little things. Habits just occur outside conscious awareness. There was so much incredible sharing in the comments yesterday. We have just such an awesome global family. And thank you, Fabs, for your very nice comment. Meditative Mind said, I'm a huge fan of daily meditation and affirmations. Art had a fantastic comment about habits. Habits control our attitude and our life. Good habits take time and commitment, and also knowing how important they are. My best habit, daily positive affirmations twice a day. When I get up and before I go to bed. Positive statements such as, I am grateful for the ability to increase my strength and learn from my adversity each day. There's a powerful statement in there, learn from my adversity. Art, you're just a legend. That is a Zone 4 affirmation. But wait, there's more. Art's got another one for us. Or I wake up with enthusiasm and energy to start my day. And at night I am calm and reflective and focused on the best part of my day. Art shares something really powerful. These statements activate our subconscious to help make the statements a reality. My next best habit is being very conscious of my health and actively doing things to improve myself. Diet is first, exercise is second, mental acuity is third. Some other really good stuff in there too, Art. Thank you, Art, for sharing. You're just a wonderful person. Kacheria 1986 shared some really insightful things. I'd like to just read you this part because I think it's so important. What you imagine will very likely happen. So just focus on thinking about success in life. Your right actions will follow. Some other really brilliant points in there. And I love the fact that you said, if you really desire something to happen or an exceptional person coming into your life, it can very likely happen, as it happened for me when I got to know my wife. Oh, that's so beautiful. It actually happened with Kate and I too. Just have unwavering determination to get the best that you can possibly get, what absolutely suits you, and you'll be surprised it can happen, and it does happen. And Mangi, so beautiful to hear from you. Mangi says, our life is practically the sum of our habits. So true, my friend. One of my positive habits is that as soon as I wake up in the morning, I say thank you, because I woke up in a warm and cozy bed. And after that, for a few minutes, I go mentally through my list of what I'm grateful for. This raises an incredible comment. Just think about this. If you're feeling frustrated or down in life, you're probably waking up and doing the opposite of what Mangi does. You might be looking at all the things that go wrong with your life, and that's very, very easy to do because they're scary and we want to stop them happening. But if you actually focus and do what Mangi does, your life may take on a completely different turn. Grubbiz had a beautiful comment as well. What is a habit that absolutely pushes you forward in life was my question yesterday, and Grubbiz said, an hour of power in the morning, where I deeply listen to how I feel today. What do I need to do today? And what do I want to accomplish today? Including some meditation and also including letting go of things that are not serving me. And so far, I can say it gives me a great boost for the day, focusing on my goals and reducing inner conflict. It's so wonderful to see you here every day too, my friend. These are all Zone 4 positive habits. You can see they're incredibly powerful, but nobody teaches us these things. We have to find it out for ourselves. Dinesh shared, one of my habits has been to never stop learning. That's a powerful habit, Dinesh. Definitely Zone 3 and Zone 4. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, people do not want to learn. Dinesh says, that's why out of all the chart indicators and trendline markings, I found the CTKS method to be life-changing and have been learning lots and lots from these daily videos from Ken. Thank you, my friend, and well done with Ada. And thank you everybody for commenting. I very, very much appreciate you all. Rajat had a very, very perceptive thing to share. Some of my long-term habits have been the daily practice of gratitude, yoga, and visualization. Raja said, what I have learnt over the years, even though some things may be a habit, it yields a much better result when I do it consciously and not as a rote routine activity. Just brilliant, my friend. Jayling said, one of my productive habits is doing a short French lesson every day. I had trouble maintaining it, but it clicks once I got used to it. And research says that it takes about 3 months of repetition to develop a habit. Well done, my friend. Jade said, my best habit is routine. I start my morning similarly, taking care of daily chores, exercising, listening to Ken's video, oh how sweet, doing a little work, and then have a playtime with my youngest. Aww. This leaves me free time the rest of the day to schedule in anything extra I want to do and still feel accomplished with my day. Thank you for sharing, Jade. And thank you to all the beloved global family members who reached out and voted for me on Cointelegraph. That's so beautiful of you. I really appreciate it. Brett shared, I was reciting the CTKS Creed today while having a root canal in the dentist chair as I felt a bit freaked out. Ow, my friend. It worked a treat and calmed me right down, allowing me to continue with the treatment. Well done, Brett. Those root canals can be a little bit painful. Brett also talked about habits, behaviors and thinking all just melding together. Thank you for sharing, Brett, and I hope you feel better soon too. And Crypto Badger said, my favorite habit is watching CTKS videos, saying the creed and a prayer. That's really beautiful. It prepares the mind to take on the day with positive excellence. Thank you so much, Crypto Badger. Andre shared that positive affirmations have had a great impact on my life in the past years. Andre understands the immense potential of positive affirmations and feels that he's just scratching the surface. Thank you also to Tiana for your very nice comment. LGRC1 had an incredible thing to share. One of the best habits that I want to share with you is to be an observer of your thoughts. Once you realize you're not your thoughts, you can use your mind to serve you and not be its servant. Be sure to practice this daily. Just be an observer of your thoughts. It's just like going to the gym or doing your three-dimensional risk management code. And just get involved with the process. Thank you so much, my friend. Really, really good advice. And thank you so much, Brett, for your idea, Better Habits Create a Better Life, to add to the CTKS Creed. Very nice. And Sinman is just crushing it. My favorite habit is to be up and at 'em before the sunrise. That's legendary. A big thank you too to Rundle Ridge. My day is full of positive habits. One of them being here and getting to know our KS family. Oh, that's so beautiful. My daily habits start with gratitude meditation of my future self, reading something from a great Stoic like Marcus Aurelius, meditations or daily Stoic from Ryan Holiday. Wow, Rundle Ridge, you're really on the go. My daily habit reminds me of Groundhog Day movie, where I keep perfecting each day to be the best ever. And I end up ending the day with gratitude and meditation on how I strayed away from any of the positive excellence boxes and what I can do better tomorrow. What an absolutely awesome movie. I love Groundhog Day. And Bad Habit may have to change your name to Good Habit, because my number one positive habit, says Bad Habit, is kindness. Bad Habit says, I have plenty of bad ones, but I'm working on it each and every day. Great work, everyone who has the grit to work through the masterclass. It does take time. Transferring 30 plus years of financial knowledge and how the system works is not something that you can do in an hour or so. But I'm so proud of each and every person who goes through the MC, goes through the masterclass. You're literally changing your life for the better. I love your little quote down there. Planet Pro says, praying 5 times a day is one of my habits. I spend time in reflection or humbling myself, being grateful and seeking forgiveness for my shortcomings. And giving daily charity to receive blessings and abundance. That's very beautiful, my friend. TSP had some legendary habits. And TSP said, my 2 favorite habits that took me ages to set in stone, like one brushing their teeth every morning. I never press the snooze on the alarm when it goes off. I just jump out of bed and start my day. The second one is as soon as I finish eating, I only eat twice a day and no snacking. Well done, my friend. That's excellent. I will go for a quick 20-minute walk no matter what the weather. TSP, that's just superb. Stephen Mary Allen said, my habit is that I never, ever give up, no matter how hard it gets. That is legendary. I'm right there with you, my friend. And thank you to Rundle Ridge. Global KS family, Tether is not banned in the entire country of Canada, just the province of Ontario. Mellow Cryptic had some really helpful advice. If you notice some unwarranted habits, some negative habits, and you wish to change them, start small. Be present in your everyday life so you can create new positive habits. Being present and aware can also help to pull yourself up when you notice yourself slipping back into old negative habits. Before you react to anything, really think and digest the situation before giving a negative response. Consistency is the key, and opportunities reset every day. Thank you, Mellow Cryptic, legend. And Miles said, I have numerous daily habits that have helped me grow to become a better person, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Daily, I undertake a meditation session, have daily aspirations, eat clean, whole food, perform mobility, strength, and movement exercises, and study daily. These are Zone 4 habits. They're very, very positive. It takes persistence and dedication to stay committed to your habits. Having goals that makes those habits important is the way to stay motivated. I'm now working on changing the negative subconscious habits. It's an interesting but slow journey. Miles spoke about staying motivated. I've shared this in the community before, but one day Kate and I were watching a video about brain function and how alcohol actually impacted the brain. You can see here on the right, this is a normal brain. This is a brain that's been pickled by alcohol. All these dark areas show that the brain is just not working. When we actually saw that video, we decided to say, I don't think we want to drink anymore. We need our grey matter. And Kate and I were not heavy drinkers at all, but we just thought about it and said, wow, let's just give it away. Let's just give away all our alcohol. And we did that day. And since then, the thought of even having a drink doesn't enter our minds. The funny thing was, when we actually gave away alcohol, we started to eat better as well. We started to exercise more. All of these things have a cumulative domino impact on your life. Of course, you can drink if you want. This is just what Kate and I went through, but I thought it was really good to share because it does support what Miles said. This picture was the motivation for us to put the glass down and just drink water instead, or something else. And John said he's got a good habit that he's getting into, which is eating properly. It's such a powerful habit to get into. And I'm so sorry to hear about your recent diagnosis, John. It's incredibly important to listen to doctors and be guided by medical professionals. At the same time, it's very important to have positive thinking, especially when you get a really bad diagnosis. Keep positive, my friend. I wanted to share a little quote with you. Every positive habit makes you. The more positive habits that you have and the less negative habits that you have, and it's true that we all have positive and negative habits. But if you can tip the scale to more positive habits than negative, you're on the way to getting made. Some of the best positive habits that you could ever have in life are just what we talk about each and every day with positive excellence. If you've got kindness, that is a superpower because it comes with strength, boundaries, courage, and honor. You're not kind to just be kind. You're kind because that's just who you are. But that is not a weakness. That is a strength. You're grateful. You can look at things and find things to be grateful for, even though the day may be just a nightmare, and we all get those days. You have persistence and commitment. You just stick at things until they're done, and you do not give up. You have inner peace, which is a game changer, and outer peace, which is even more of a game changer. We call this the to-be list, but it's actually just a collection of positive habits, and powerful ones they are. This is literally all about Rule 734, Master Emotional Control. Positive habits absolutely make you, there is no question. They make your happiness, they make your security, they create love, they create friendship. And of course, leading on through all of that, they create financial prosperity. The lack of emotional control shows up in Zone 1 and Zone 2 with anger, aggression, entitlement, blame, jealousy, envy, all the negative habits. And they're just negative habits. They're not a person, they're a habit. They're not a character trait. They're just a set of behaviors that people pick up until they learn to break free of them. For tomorrow, I think it would be great. Let's identify a negative habit that you have already kicked out or you want to kick out of your personality. Remember, the habit is not you. It's just a subconscious pattern of behaviors. And when you become conscious, you can change your mind, literally, and that will change your life as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to share those tomorrow. This is so empowering for people. People are just told, hey, get a lot of money, become independent financially, and then become a Zone 1, Zone 2 person who hates their life. You want to love your life. You can do so in Zone 3 and Zone 4, especially in Zone 4. And that's really what our community, what our global family is all. And a special call out to Brett. Better habits create a better life, right down there in the bottom. To get positive habits, you need positive affirmations. They will make all the difference. We know that all results come from the mind, and a better mind creates better outcome. Through better habits, you will get a better life. The CTKS Creed is all about daily positive affirmations for abundance, financial success, and happiness. The first one, I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. I never let a problem beat me because I solve it with positive excellence. Building your positive habits will be an absolute life-changing experience. Money only magnifies what is already there. The key to having a really, really beautiful life, a great life, is to just have better habits. Better, positive habits. And you're part of a global family that believes in those habits. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.